Is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
The Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles has seen its share of legends win it all, but tonight it's a new name for the record books. $750,000 to the champion, and there will be a champion because the conclusion of the Legends of Poker starts now, only on the World Poker Tour.
Well, the crowd all standing.
He is circling the drain.
They are going bare knuckles in the center of the ring.
He needs the extreme miracle.
Oh! Wow! Unbelievable!
Oh, he's going over the top.
Well, the 62-year-old takes the chip lead.
Let's go a bit faster, boys.
Well, the former baseball player about to strike out here.
He did it!
He hits an 8.
You're allowed to celebrate. That's a big hand.
You just got to say the poker gods were not smiling on Franco here tonight.
Andy Frankenberger coming out as the chip leader, now in trouble, taking hits from around the table.
We were a little faster.
What a disaster here for the two-day lawyer. The Canadian Railbirds rooting Kyle Wilson on.
Jared Jaffe out tonight in 5th place.
And just like that, we have 4 players remaining at the Legends of Poker.
As you can see, it's been an exciting competition so far. The Legends of Poker tournament here at the Bicycle Casino is where poker icons Doyle Brunson and Dan Harrington earned their WPT titles. And with 4 players left, one lucky player is going to join that elite group. Action is about to resume, so let's get back to the call of the game with Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
Well, thanks, Kimberly. There you see our 2 chip leaders, Kyle Wilson and Tommy Lee. Both of these guys have been to a WPT final table before. It looks like experience might bode well for our champion tonight.
To the table we go. Andy's 5,000, blinds 25 and 50. It's been folded around to Kyle Wilson from Canada. Kyle looks down at an 8-5.
Well, Kyle is the current chip leader, but the guy he's up against here is in 2nd chip position. And he's picked up 2 aces. I'm talking about Tommy Lee. And just calls, Vince. Does not re-raise with 2 aces before the flop here. Well, here comes the flop. 10-5-3. So Kyle's flop 2nd pair. He's checked. Surprised he would check there after raising pre-flop.
Well, Tom Lee very sneaky with the weapons of mass destruction, pair of aces, coming out for a bet, 300,000.
Tommy, a former helicopter pilot in the Vietnam War.
300?
Now a real estate broker. And Kyle's going to call with the 2 5s.
Yes, he is. Going to get stubborn.
It was strange he wouldn't lead out and bet the flop. Now he's going to call, and it'd be at a guess as to what his opponent has all the way through the hand. As the Queen of Hearts comes off on the turn, action on Kyle.
He checks again.
He knows he's up against the guy in 2nd chip position, who most likely will be chip leader at the end of this pot.
And now Tommy Lee got in this tournament through a satellite. A dream come true for this tough poker player.
Well, he's an unorthodox poker player. All the players think this guy, you never know where he's at or what he's doing.
Relax with your diamond draw.
I know this. He's played 9 WPT events. He's cashed 4 times with 2 final tables. That is impressive.
Can't say anything, right? Okay.
You got diamonds, right?
Well, he's going to bet.
How much is that? 700,000?
900,000.
900,000?
Yeah. No, 700,000, sorry. Yeah.
You know, 700, 900 might do the same thing. Kyle does lay down the 2 5s, and wisely so.
What do you have betting so big?
I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to tell a lie.
You must have a big flush shot.
Big hand.
Yeah, you did have a
Sorry
big
didn't
hand.
call. That's what you're sorry about. Tommy Lee taking down that pot, and right now that makes him the chip leader.
We'll be right back from the Bicycle Casino with more exciting poker brought to you by ClubWPT.com.
Welcome back to the WPT. And Mike, it looks like the Royal Flush Girls are having a fantastic time here in Los Angeles.
Well, you can't blame them because they've had ringside seats for all the action at the Bicycle Casino all week long, and it's not over yet. Let's check the chip count and get back to the action.
And the Royal Flush Girls, they're at every WPT event, along with Kimberly Lansing, Mike Sexton, and myself. As you can see, the chip leader is Tom Lee. He has $4.4 million. He's going after the first place prize of $750,000.
Yeah, the Canadian Kyle Wilson in second place. Those two guys have both been at the WPT final table before. Can they take down the title this time?
All right, to the felt we go. The Canadian Kyle Wilson takes a look at ace-4 with the button, and he is going to pop it up. Makes it $110,000 to go.
Tommy Lee going out.
Now Andy Frankenberger. He's a former equity derivatives trader. Very smart guy.
Well, as you can see, not afraid to play as he makes the call here with just a 6-5. And it looks like a good thing maybe because he's taking the lead with 2 5s as well as a gut shot straight draw.
He has bet it, even though he didn't raise before the flop.
Kyle is a two-way straight draw. A deuce or a 6 would make him a straight. An ace would give him the best hand, so he makes the call.
Here comes the turn card.
Well,
Wow.
deuce of diamonds comes off. This gives Kyle a straight. Does give Andy a flush draw to go along with a straight draw, but he's going to have help to win this pot. He's bet $175,000.
And there's Greg Mueller and Sean Buchanan, two great poker players, Kyle's friends.
Both from Canada, rooting their fellow Canadian on. Kyle has made the straight with 3 diamonds out there. You're saying to yourself, could this guy really have a flush? Kyle's just calling here.
Down to the river we go.
Oh, and the queen of diamonds comes off, and now Andy does have the flush, and he has the best hand.
How much is that?
Oh,
Not a big bet. $175,000 is always bet here.
Andy, what do you have?
And you can see the disgusted look in Kyle's face.
What do you got left?
I want to know what he's got left. 0 chance he's going to raise it here in my mind. Even though if he did, he might win the pot, but he's got a straight, so he's just going to call and hope his opponent doesn't have a diamond.
A diamond, obviously. What? I called.
Well, there he looks like a bobblehead doll going sideways.
So lucky.
and Frankenberger's going to put a little extra ketchup on the burger because he just took down Kyle. Kyle, disgusted, saying, "You are so lucky. Welcome to the WPT."
Well, Andy Frankenberger, the double major from Duke, taking down that pot.
Day one was pretty slow for me. I had Joe Hashem sitting to my immediate left, and, you know, seeing a guy like that on your left, you're going to sort of watch what you do. But I also know I don't want to do anything stupid because he'll take advantage of it.
Well, you made a monkey out of Hashem. He's gone. You're not. All right, to the action we go. Tom Lee going to take a sabbatical, folds his hand. Frankenberger on a little bit of a rush now with a 9-7 of clubs.
Folks, this guy got the perfect 800 on the SAT math test. So that shows you he's Mensa quality.
Well, he's called it. Tom Braband with just a 9-6 in the small blind.
Yeah, Tom, the former baseball player in college, going to make the call.
And Kyle with a king 4. Has an option to raise, but he says okay.
So we got three-way action here. Let's come ace, king, 5 with 2 clubs. Kyle out in front with the 2 kings. Andy, of course, with the flush draw. Tom is checked. Kyle is checked. Will Andy bet the flush draw? Both opponents check to him. He's on the button.
And he's going to bet at $150,000. Titan Tom will not call. He folds.
Well, Kyle, who just got burned by Andy a minute ago, is going to call him with the 2 kings here. And you wonder if Kyle's going to be steaming here, Lou. Deuce of clubs comes off.
Oh, man. Andy Frankenberger's hit his flush just like that.
There's no card Kyle can catch to win this pot.
Well, he's checked it wisely.
Let's see how Andy's going to play this hand. And he's reaching for chips. He's definitely going to bet $500,000. Now, that's more money that's in the pot. So this is a huge bet after making this flush on the turn. Here, whatever Kyle puts in the pot is just going by the boards.
Wow.
There's a $500,000 you can say goodbye to.
Frankenberger is getting the action he wants.
And the 4 diamonds comes off. This gives Kyle 2 pair. He now has kings and 4s.
Check.
And could get in much further trouble. He's checked.
All in.
Wow, Andy has gone all in here. Again, that's more money that's in the pot.
Okay, count.
So another overbet by Andy. It worked on the turn. Will it work again on the river?
Kyle Wilson now a whipping boy. As the Railbirds get up.
Well, they're going to get up and head straight to the bar after this pot. Their man in dire straits. He could possibly throw another $1.5 million away right here.
You really made a flush, Andy?
If he should get the call, Andy Frankenberger would be a massive chip leader. He would reverse the fortunes between him and Kyle in a big way.
All right, Andy, I got 2 pair. I fold.
I'm amazed Kyle laid that hand down after calling that $500,000 on the turn.
Show me a bluff. Show me a bluff, I'll give you $100.
Kyle very curious about what he has. Andy not going for it.
The competition between Kyle and Andy is certainly heating up. There's plenty more WPT action on the way, including later my interview with Amit Makija, who took second in this tournament, Season 7.
I feel like the younger guys are always putting you in difficult spots.
We'll be right back with more World Poker Tour brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Deja vu.
I hope it's not quite deja vu, because he was out like so early last time due to a bad beat. But, you know, he's been playing really well all week. I've been talking to him. He's super focused. He's confident. He told me right from the start, get ready because I'm going to come in first or second. And when my other good buddy, Sean Buchanan, said that, he won Mandalay Bay. So sometimes when you just get in that groove, it's weird how you think positive and it just happens.
All right, Mike and Vince, you heard it from Greg. Back to you guys.
Well, we've seen that Kyle Wilson's very confident in his game. But even with that confidence, you still got to get across the finish line with the dough. Let's see if he can do it. Here he looks down at 2 9s.
Nice hand for Kyle Wilson. And he is going to raise it. Makes it $140,000. Tom Lee out. Frankenberger out. And now it's around to Titan Tom Braband.
Well, Tom, the former collegiate baseball player, looks down at Kojak. He's got the King Jack.
Come on.
He's going all in here. He's come right over the top of Kyle. Thinks Kyle might be steaming from losing that last pot.
It's an additional $810,000 for Kyle to call with the 9s.
Call.
Well, he's made the call, so we've got the classic race situation. The 2 overcards versus the under pair. And as we all know by now, if you want to win poker tournaments, you got to win races.
Here's the flop.
Well, so far, so good for the Canadian. Kyle out in front with the 2 9s. As the flop comes Queen 7-4. Tom is looking for some paint. He could catch 2 runners and make a straight, but he's got to have help to stay alive in this tournament. Doesn't come on the turn as an 8 comes off, so we're down to the river. Tom Braband must catch. A king or a jack doesn't do it as the 9 comes off. Well, that's going to do it for the 25-year-old from Huntington Beach, California. Tom Braband is going to finish in 4th place tonight. But you got to hand it to this guy. He's played 3 WPT events.
Yeah.
He finished 23rd in the LA Poker Classic. He made it to the final table tonight, finishing 4th. But in 3 tournaments, folks, let me tell you something. That is performing.
Well, he is a player, no doubt about it. Fine effort, but he's not a legend. One of these guys will be. Tommy Lee is the chip leader, 63 years old. He's the senior at the table. Can he finish here tonight?
You know, Tommy Lee started out like a racehorse at this final table and then went into a big shell. Letting these other guys go at it. Let's see what's going to happen from here out, if he's going to step it up a notch.
Well, Mike, why don't we take a moment to tell everyone at home our favorite things about our new sponsor, ClubWPT.com.
Absolutely. It's a great site created by the people at WPT. And what I like most about events is that anyone who plays on the site will never go broke playing poker because it's a membership site. You only pay $19.95 a month, and you still have the chance to win real cash and prizes and even a seat into a WPT tournament. Boy, I wish they had this when I started playing poker.
Well, when you started playing poker, you didn't play with numbers, you had spots on the cards. But nevertheless, it is the best new thing in poker, I have to admit.
Well, what about you, Vince? What's your favorite part of being a member?
You know, I love the poker too, but I also get a kick out of watching the WPT bonus footage, and I love chatting and tweeting, believe it or not, with our other WPT friends like Tony Dunst, Kimberly Lansing, and the RFGs.
The RFGs?
Royal Flush Girls.
You mean Melanie, Michelle, Melissa, Sunisha, Jennifer, and Katrina.
Wow, first name basis. Very impressive.
Well, Vince, maybe you need to spend a little more time on ClubWPT.com.
I'm on it, but apparently I do.
And so can you. Just go to ClubWPT.com, where you'll never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
All right, let's get back to the action. Tom Lee now looking down at a pair of jacks and the button. great starting hand.
Yeah, especially in a three-handed poker game.
And he's putting out the raising chips like he should. Makes it 250,000 to go. And now Andy's going to fold. Only one to beat is Kyle, but look at this, Mike. He's got a pair of kings.
Unbelievable. Well, this could spell big trouble for Tommy Lee right here. Kyle comes over the top. He's going to raise it. Makes it 650,000 to go. Vince, most players would just shove right here with the two jacks. Says if you can beat this hand, good luck to you.
400,000, right?
Yep.
Tommy just calls with two jacks. Does not re-raise here. Now it's come queen 10-5. So there is an overcard to the jacks out there, but Kyle out in front with the two kings and checks them.
Setting a trap.
Well, once he's checked, I don't blame Tommy Lee for betting here.
Yeah, he's going to bet all right, $1 million.
Look at this little acting job. The deep breath, sitting back in the chair. Now he's going to look back down at his cards here.
Yeah. Usually a guy sighs and moves around in his seat like that with his shoulders back. You know he's got something pretty good.
I'm all in.
And he's going to push all in.
Now, you wouldn't think a guy would go through all that gyration and acting there if he was bluffing. Now, his Canadian buddies on their feet now. Now let's see what Tommy Lee's going to do with the jacks.
What do you got, Tom? Got ace queen?
And if he had ace queen, he would have already been in the pot. I can guarantee you that. He's very surprised Kyle would even ask that question.
Yeah.
Looks very confident, Kyle does to me. I'm with you, Vince. Looks like he's got a strong hand the way he's been acting. Indeed he does.
You'd like a call, wouldn't you?
Just out of curiosity. That's the only reason I want.
Yeah.
No, you don't care about money.
Well, Tommy Lee's going to lay it down, and I believe Kyle did a little too much chatter there.
I agree. He let his player off the hook there a little bit, but Kyle Wilson will take that pot.
Oh, look at that. The Wonder Cam shows a jack on the turn, a 6 on the river.
Kidding me.
Incredible. Had Tommy played that hand fast before the flop or on the flop, he would have busted Kyle Wilson out of this tournament.
More to come from the City of Angels.
Championship. It immediately comes to mind Doyle Brunson, who's been beloved in the sport of poker forever.
Doyle Brunson, the living legend of poker.
Dan Harrington is one of the most respected tournament players. And then Prahlad Friedman.
Prahlad Friedman from Malibu, California is our champion.
Top pros in the world. Just ask them what's one of the greatest places to play, and they'll all tell you the Bicycle Casino.
Welcome back to three-handed action at the Bicycle Casino, where Kyle Wilson has just taken the chip lead away from Tom Lee. A WPT title is still up for grabs, so let's get back to the game.
All right, three-way action. Tommy Lee folding his hand. Andy Frankenberger with an ace-9 of clubs. He is on the short stack.
I'm all in.
And he's saying all in. And now Kyle Wilson has an ace-7 of spades.
I call.
Wow, he's made the call, and he's dominated at this point. He's got big kicker problems. This could be good for Andy Frankenberger.
And if the board pairs and some big cards come up, it'll be a split pot.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
But as it is, Andy out in front here with the ace-9 versus the ace-7. Andy looking for clubs, Kyle looking for spades. Oh, it's come 9-7 deuce. Andy knows he's in great shape now.
Oh, boy, the Railbird's getting angry.
Kyle's got to hit 2 runners to make a flush or catch a 7. Well, a jack comes off, so we're down to the river. And one more time, Kyle's got to hit a slot machine to win it. Make 3 sevens. Doesn't happen as the queen of hearts comes off.
Andy Frankenberger wins that pot, doubles up.
And rubs his hands together. He knows he's back in the hunt now to take down this title.
Right now, Mike, the Andes are going up to 10,000 blinds, 50 and 100,000. Action back on Tommy Lee, senior at the table. Got in this tournament through a satellite, put up a small amount to win a lot, and he's going to fold his hand.
And he's going to get out of the way here and let these two guys continue to go at it until one of them gets broke.
This time, Frankenberger with a 9-10 going to raise it to 200,000. And the only one to beat is Kyle.
He looks down at undistinguished 8-6 offsuit.
Wow. He's going to re-raise, though, with it.
Right.
With a junk hand, goes to 575, and it's going to work.
6-8 offsuit.
What a re-raise by the Canadian there to take down that pot.
Second.
You can see the Railbergs there. They're getting a little out of line.
Those are your friends?
They're wasted.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Oh, I'm not.
You're about to win.
I would be embarrassed, but...
And he's not appreciating Kyle's friends here.
If my friends did that, I'd be like, dude, you have to leave, frankly. I would embarrass me. But it's like 3rd grade, you know?
Yeah.
I would actually ask my friends to leave if they started doing stuff like that, but...
They drove all the way up here from Canada.
I just think they're making you look bad. I mean...
I don't know.
It doesn't faze me. It's just...
Seems like it does, though, a little bit. It has to.
Looks like they're getting under his skin. So if I was Kyle, I'd never make him leave now.
More world-class poker action with Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten as WPT coverage of the Legends of Poker continues right after this.
Don't just use your phone to call. Use it to raise.
Download the World Poker Tour Texas Hold'em game to your mobile device today and get in on the action.
Fist pump?
Fist pump. Fist pump. I have a scale of happiness on how happy I am, and so I judge that by fist pumping. The happier I get, the fist pump meter slowly starts to rise. Sometimes when you win a really